Have you ever thought about playing a summoner or minion build in Elden Ring and being tired of mimic tier? With the Golem drawing attention from the boss, we can do whatever we want from 3 miles away. We can either try out the old incantations in the base game or cast the new ones in DLC. If the boss gets aggressive, we just manage the HP of the Golem and ourselves using the new heal from afar incantation. Well, sometimes we can just take a nap and get back to the battlefield whenever we want. I feel like we can even get fully buffed in a corner and come back to one-shot the boss. Israel Black 37 suggested me to play a Golem build and I tried it. It worked and it turned out to be very fun to play. While the playstyle might not be for everyone, there will be some spoilers at the very end of the video because to my surprise, this build actually killed the final boss of DLC. The summon we're using is called Tailu, the Golem Smith. Actually, I don't know how to pronounce it, which can be found in Tailu's ruined forge in the DLC. The most important incantation to use for this build is Heal from Afar, which can be used to heal both our Golem and ourselves. As long as we keep our Golem alive, we are free to do anything and eventually melt the boss down. I choose to use Earthly Seal as our weapon, which has 353 incantation scaling at 85th. Given these formulas from the wiki, one cast of Heal from Afar will basically reborn ourselves and the Golem as long as we both stay in the range. Most of the times, just lock on the boss and cast it to heal only the Golem from the distance, because he is the one who fights the boss very closely. If you are really high level, you can use Golden Order Seal to get 390 incantation scaling with 85th and 80 intelligence. As we are a 5th build, we can use most of the incantations effectively. I would recommend to use the ones that can easily track the remote target. And we also have many new incantations in the DLC, such as multi-layered Ring of Light, Past Thread Spears, which is an upgraded version of Past Thread, Knight's Lightning Spear, etc. Base game incantations such as Black Blade or Dragon Communing incantation Rotten Breath can be very good choices from different situations. This is another reason why this build is really fun to play. We have a plus 10 Earthly Seal which has S-Fist scaling. I use a Brass Shield plus 25 in the offhand in case we need to block some attacks, but I realized that I didn't use it much in the fight, so this is really optional. If you want to use it, Brass Shield has 100% physical damage negation. 69 guard boost is the best in all of the medium shields. I wear Silver tier mask because it provides 8 points in Arcane. This will allow us to cast Rotten Breath and a Swarm of Flies incantations. If you don't really like the look of the helmet, use one that can increase faith, such as Helic Tree Night Helm, and add a few points into Arcane. The rest of the armor pieces are coming from the new Rakshasa armor set. Each piece gives us 2% increased damage. This combination of the armor pieces gives us 55 points, which is quite nice. As for talismans, we have many options. If we go with offensive settings with chargeable lightning incantations, we use Lightning Scorpion Charm, Godfrey Icon, Flocus Canvas Talisman, and Beloved Stardust. If we go with defensive settings, which is good for very hard bosses, we use Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman for physical damage negation, Blast Blue Dew Talisman for FP regen, Pearl Drake Talisman plus 3 for non-physical damage negation, and any elemental or holy damage negation talismans such as Golden Braid. Depending on the situation, feel free to combine the offensive and defensive talismans. We can use 2 new tiers in the DLC, Crimson Burst Dread tier to restore HP to keep our Golem alive, and the Glove Wart Crystal tier to increase our Golem's damage. But feel free to replace them with, for example, Opaling Heart tier for more defense, or Lightning Shrouding Cracked tier for more incantation damage. The choice of the tiers can be very flexible depending on how we would like to play. The recommended stats for a level 150 character are 60 Vigor, 24 Mind allows us to use Heal from Afar 3 times, 24 Endurance to have some stamina for blocking attacks, We can move points from here to either Faith or Arcane as needed. 16 strength to allow us to use the Grass Shield. We don't need any point in Dexterity or Intelligence. 78 in Faith to increase our Incantation scaling. 10 points in Arcane is the default for my starting class. We often don't need to do anything before the fight. We can cast a body buff such as Black Flame Protection as optional. As soon as we enter the boss arena, we summon our Golem. We can cast the Golden Vow to buff both of us and the Golem. The Great Rune option can also be very flexible. I would like to mention the Mox's Great Rune. It has the healing on kill effect. When our Golem kills an enemy, we will get 10% of that enemy's HP back. This is very useful in the open field. For boss fight, we would like to use the damage buff on blood loss infliction effect. When bleed is inflicted, our Golem gains a damage buff of 30% and heals some HP. Notice that the bleed infliction doesn't count self-inflicted seppuku nor by throwing the fly pots. Fortunately, as a Faith build, we can cast the Swarm of the Flies incantation, and we can do this from very far away. This matches our playstyle perfectly. This build is very versatile. Please leave your comment below to let us know how you would like to play the build. Now is the spoiler time. Let's check on some clips about using this build to fight Redon. Like the video and subscribe. Keep us going. Thanks for watching.